Hi everyone, good morning. First of all, I'd like to sincerely thanks for the invitation by Chen, by Songchai, and by Digital Focus. With the local partners, we have more confidence in this market. And secondly, I also want to appreciate your coming all the way here and spend your time to listen to the presentation. So please allow me to introduce myself. I'm Iris and responsible for the overseas channel development and the global marketing. I have already worked in the automation industries for 16 years old. Now you can guess my age. Okay. And I have also worked in the robotic industries, including the robot arms, the cooperation with the visual cameras, lot of grippers, work with them. And also now I'm working for the moving robots industries. I do it for 7 years. Oh, yeah. So I talked to a lot of customers and the system integrators worldwide. They have the same questions. So later I will explain what's the same questions. By the way, I just moved here. So I think Thailand now get a lot of attention worldwide. When we make the forecast in next few years, I think some market is still booming. One is Japan, one is Southeast Asia. So Thailand, you have huge potential in the future, especially for logistic industries. But when we look at ourselves, today morning I talked to some of you and I asked the question, do you still keep your manual work or have you already experienced automation? So can I see that the people who raise hand tell me who is still using the manual work? Can I see which company you are still using the manual work? Oh, you are so shy, you don't want to let others understand, okay? So we can see this report. Now in Thailand, 95% of the warehouse is still the traditional one. What does it mean, traditional one? You have the basic facilities, including lighting, electricity, including some devices, but keep manual work. Only 5%, they have already been the advanced warehouse. So they begin to think about data visibility, just like what we mentioned. They think about automation. They think about what can I to do to offer customer various complicated services, okay? And Quicktron, we define ourselves with this slogan, pioneer of hybrid intralogistic automation. So when I show this to Songchai, he asked me, what does it mean, hybrid? So today in my presentation, I try to explain you the hybrid doesn't only mean we have mixed products, solutions. Hybrid also means we can offer you very flexible business mode. Before I start to introduce more deeply about our products, let's look at customers' voices. I show you two customers, and they can be the good example for all of you. One kind of customer is the e-commerce customer, Radio. They are a European company and they have huge fulfillment center. And the other very famous name, IKEA, they started working with us. And their next project will not only be in Europe, but also in Korea. So these two customers, they select Quicktron due to some reason. When we interviewed their CEO, they tell me, Iris, before that, I have two options. We have warehousing, lot of storaging, different SKUs. So we want to find one vendor can offer us automated warehousing solution. But we also have some big container, some pallet goods. So we want to do the goods to person. So later I will explain the word goods to person. You see, I have two scenarios, so I need two vendors. For me, I have no choice. But after I met Quicktron, I know that you are the single one, you are the only one can offer us hybrid solution to mixed warehousing plus the G2P. So for the big group, I know that some of you come from the big group, big company. You have to decide, today I want to work with one vendor, can always offer me flexible options. When you do this, tomorrow I work with another. Then 5 years later, you have to merge and integrate all the different vendors. But if one vendor can offer you one-stop solution, why not? Okay, so next part, I will talk about how to make our intralogistic investment brilliant in Thailand. Why I mention this? Because what surprised me when I go to Thailand, the first second I sit down to face the customer, they tell me, hey, I know you want to introduce your product, but remember, we think about ROI. Everybody talking about ROI, right? So it means that if you cannot show me nice ROI number, get out. So when we talk about ROI, which kind of things they support ROI? How can we make every single of our coins paid off? I give you 3 answers. 1, you need competitive solutions. Why I don't mention products? Products is not difficult to understand. For the AMRs, it's automated mobile robots. That means this kind of devices is just to replace for the human workers to do the transferring work automatically. Nothing special. But if we talk about solution, it depends on your workflow, your business mode. Some of you, although you are the manufacturing companies, but some of you do the automotive business. Some of you electronic business. Some of you food and beverage business, and the others pharmaceutical business. All can call the manufacturing customers, but if you have different workflow, different processing, so you need always different solutions. So secondly, nobody wants to be the first. It's weird because everybody wants to show that I am the top in the market, but I don't want to be the first to take the risks. So I heard this concern and we try to answer. And the third thing is after service. You are a China company. I know you are quite successful in your market, but in Thailand, how can you support us? Do you have local team? Do you have local policies? Okay. So Quicktron, we must be a good choice. We have already deployed our stories, our cases in more than 20 countries. We also have both e-commerce, manufacturing, non-manufacturing scenarios. And in the end, a lot of projects has already run by more than 2 or 3 years. When we go to the next part, I hope everybody today can think it over. When we talk about ROI, when we talk about the robots, is robots the destination of your factory or warehouse? Robots is not the destination. Automation is the destination. So when we talk about ROI, I hope everybody can have a thinking map. When you ask me ROI or not, it's difficult to answer because I will set you the questions. I hope you can follow me. Let's go through it one by one. The first question, what's your purpose? What's your motivation? Is your motivation to replace human workers by the robots? Or do you already have your automation solution, but you want to upgrade? You want to meet the future needs. Sometimes these two, they are conflict. If you want to replace for the humans, when you invest the robots in your warehouse, can you say, oh, I cancel 10 workers, calculate their salary. Then you get the budget. I just want to use the budget to buy the robots. It's a simple formula. But the truth is, when you replace for humans workers, do you need to modify your production layout? Do you need to train your team to let them understand how to use robots? they need to change their job from an operator to a programmer or to a robot monitor, okay? And the other thing, do you need to upgrade your system? Before that, you calculate all the manual data in the computer by some tool, but does it also access with the system? So many questions that all influence the ROI. So before that, the first question, ask yourself, what's my purpose? From the human to the robot, that's a big step. Usually, the first investment is quite high. It will scare you. You will hesitate to make decisions. But if you look 4, 5 years, 3 years, the investments, the fixed investment is decreasing. Okay? So the second question, what's your business form? If you tell me, I am a fulfillment center, I am a warehouse, which kind of products? Are they to B business or are they to C business? We worked with one customer. They have huge warehouse. When I met them, I'm so happy because they have more than 700 operators there. That means I have huge potential to sell my robots, right? So I asked them that, could you please let me know in which scenario can we have a launch of the solution? So finally, they show me the B2B business. That means they deliver the goods to different stores. We call it B2B, but not to the consumers. But for us, according to this customer's business, B2C is more suitable for the business because it has high flow, high throughput. Using robots to do the repetitive, to do some boring work, is more valuable than do the flexible work, okay? So one concept to be a supplementary, robots can never compare with the flexibility of human. I hope you can remember. If you want to replace for the human's job, you have to separate his job. One is repetitive, the other is a flexible one. Keep the flexible one, leave the flexible one still for the workers, but only pick the ones can be done by the robots. Okay. And we will ask you to show me the inbound, outbound data. These data are very important to let us know the status, the types of your SKUs. Just as what I said, some SKUs is suitable for the pallet. Some SKUs is for the shelf. And the other SKU is very small. You can put it in the tote or in the bin. Our team will help you to analyze the data. Then we go to the next step. We will tell you, are you ready for the automation or it's too early for your business? So if it's too early, just to give it up, just to keep your existing business. Automation is our desire. But first, we need to survive in our business, okay? So we meet different customers, we know this process. Then that's the part to talk about solution. We just mentioned some words, and I'd like to explain a little bit. The first is G2P. What means G2P? Goods to person. Before that, in a lot of warehouse, especially when you do the manual work, we do it person to goods. If I want to pick this water, I just come here, take this water, and I go back to put in the tote. Then I can deliver it to our customers. I'm sorry. Yeah. And use the robots. The operators, they reduce their moving distance. They just stay in front of the workstation and then let the robots to bring the goods to them. With this, it can help operators to reduce their workload, save time, and one worker, maybe he can cover different business. That's the logic how we cut the head count. Okay, and the second one is point to point. Very easy to understand. For the manufacturing scenarios, production line and the factory, Point to point is the system give the command to the robot. You from point A to point B and move the goods to there. The customization part is how to integrate and access with my existing production line. Do I need some special design, such like the conveyor top, that you can lift, do the loading and unloading? Or do I directly put the pallet down and the robot moving back? Okay. Quicktron, we have more than 50 different types of the robots. But in overseas market, right now we only sell 5 types. Let me explain a little bit. It doesn't work. Okay, so you can see that for this one in the middle, we call it telescopic robot. Telescopic is the word means like a high tower. Okay, it's a huge robot. With this huge robot, the functionality of it is to do the storaging and the picking from the high racks. When it do this job, it can be very efficient. You don't need to go upstairs. You don't need to the ladder to catch the ones on the top layer, but the robots can do it. And for the others, it look very similar. We call them moving robots. That's what they call M5, M100, M150. That means moving robots with different payload. The highest payload is 1,500 kilograms, and the lowest payload is 30 kilograms. Then with this robot, what can we do? Let's see the left side of this page. You can see I put a formula, A plus X. A means different robot type. X means different container. If your container is like the small parts, you can put it in the bin. That's bin to person. If your container with middle sized, you can put it on the shelf. That's shelf to person. And if it's very large box, very heavy, you can put it on the pallet. That's pallet to person. And in the end, it's a very interesting combination. Large robot, small robot, they work together because their features are different. We try to use this combination to achieve systematic efficiency. Okay, some projects to give you a quick overview, and later my colleague Gan will introduce the project in Thai language. Okay, this is the project, we did it in France. That's the combination with small moving robot N5 and the telescopic robot C56. So with this, the customer, they deploy 300 robots in 5,000 square meters. You can see the number to achieve 44,000 tons, the throughput. And the next one is QuickBeam Plus. So for this customer, I will show you a video that you can clearly understand what does it look like. And in this same robots, 300, do you still remember the one in France? It's 300 robots. But in France, 300 robots is only cover 5,000 square meters. In this case, it cover, you see, 8,500 square meters. Why? Why same robot quantity, but you can cover different space, because for this one, the robot type is different. I mean the big one robot. We do it with the dual dips functionality, and then later I explain you. And this is the project in Korea, Coupang. They deploy 700 units in one fulfillment center. It's only to do the shelf to person. Shelf to person, you can achieve 2.8 meters. If it's too high, your workers cannot touch it. So for the QuickBeam, it can achieve 8.3, almost 10 meters. So different height, you can think it over. If my warehouse is very high, it's 11 meters. So maybe I select the QuickBeam solution. If I have low throughput, my product can put on the shelf, so use the goods to person, the shelf to person, because it's cheaper. The shelf, if it's lower, then it's cheaper. Okay, easy to understand. We just refer, we can also do the job in factory. In factory, different story, because you not only need to think about the past programming of robots, but also need to, for example, across the floor, from floor 1 to second floor. Also need to go through the safety door. You need to interact with the safety door. You also need to think about safety standard, because your workers will work all the way. When they meet the robot, will it stop or not? So I give you more details about the case I just showed you in Holland, Groningen. So that's an e-commerce project. We just mentioned one word, hybrid. And in this map, you can clearly see what does it mean hybrid. It has two types. One is warehousing with very high racks. The other is the shelf to person. This company, they are the fulfillment center for the consumer goods, like clothes, like shoes, like accessories. You can see that for the accessories, it's very small. You can put it in the bin. But for the shoes, if I sell the male shoes, so if you sell 3 pairs of male shoes, you put it in the bin, it's already full. So they put it on the shelf. So let's see the video. Okay, this project, I give you some data. They plan 17 operators in this fulfillment center before they use automation. After they use the solution, they cut down the header count, and right now only 22 staffs. And it also experienced the Black Friday. So that means very high throughput every day, and they use system, they can handle everything. So I will go back to the video and to explain some details. So may I just do it here and give you some, no, we can, no, I just want to show here. How can I control it? How can I stop? Okay, stop it. So this is different types, the big moving robots to take the shelf, the small moving robots to take the bin. You can see in this area, all of them are the shelter person, okay? And this is a mixed one with high racking and the middle-sized shelves. So if your company have mixed product types, you can consider this kind of hybrid solution. Okay, we stop here. You see that that's the workstation. We have inbound workstation, outbound workstation. We also need to change the functionality of the workstation. You just remember I say they sell the clothes, shoes, and accessories. So one thing very important, they have very high return rate. You guess what's his return rate? Anybody can guess the return rate? Their return rate is more than 50%. You may ask me, 50%? How can? I'll give you one example. If one consumer, I buy the shoes, my shoe size is, for example, my shoe size is 40. So I will buy 3 pairs at one time, 39, 40, 41. Then I experience at home. And then I return the 2 of it, and I just pick the one can fit my shoes. So that's why they have very high return rate. So you'll see that their return rate peak season is different from the order season. Maybe the first week is the order season, peak season. Then you need to do a lot of outbound. Then next week is the return rate because they got their product and they try and they return. So at that time, you need to keep your workstation very flexible. That means in the beginning, I have 5 inbound outbound workstation, only 1 return rate workstation. But after 1 week, maybe 5 return workstation and 1 inbound workstation. Okay, so we design the workstation also depends on customers' processing. And not to mention, you see the workstation can handle both pallet and the tote. In the middle of the workstation, the small robot moving there lifted the tote, lifted the goods, and the people pick it. On the 2 sides beside the workstation, they deliver the shelves. So later we also have some animation to explain it more clearly to you. Okay, we move on. Okay, we stop here. We give you one example. You see the telescopic robot, it used the gripper to hug and to take the tote. How many totes can it take? Every time 1 tote. But it can take the front tote and also the back tote. So we call it dual dips. If this robot is walking in 1 aisle, it can take 1, 2, 1, 2. It can take 4 rows. Okay? So we move on, please. Thank you. All of our products are QR code navigation, no SLAM navigation. So this one is important to remember. We stop here again. Why? You can see that when we design the workstation, we also have, I remember, 20 different kinds of workstation. Because first, the people, they are different. European people, they are very tall. So you need to make your workstation also tall enough. And some workstation, we use a robot to wait in the line. When you calculate the throughput, the bottleneck is not robot. Believe me, the bottleneck is not robot, but the operators. How quick your operators can do their job. It influences the throughput, it influences the speed of the operation. Okay? So the workstation also have the lighting system. That means it's very simple work. The system tells them for each order lines how many products you need. Then they click the lightning when they finish the goods, finish the tasks. Okay, it can also reduce the errors. Okay, that's it. So after you see this project, I want to let you understand that Quicktron, we offer the robots, but robots is only the hardwares. So on the base of the robots, there are different layers of the software, including the RCS, Robot Control System. That means the system will control the robot fleets. We have 300, 500, even 1,000 robots running in the single map. How you manage all the robot fleets. So that's the job of RCS. Then we also have WCS, WES, and to the top, that's WMS. Most of the warehouse, you already have your existing WMS system. So Quicktron, we will work with you, work with digital focus, and sometimes the software developer to access your WMS. the data of your WMS will not be shared to us. Some companies even have very strict data security. So there are a lot of details we need to discuss later. Yeah, we go back and we keep remembering the word quick beam, okay? So I say today we offer you the hybrid solutions, quick beam, because it has the ability to handle the beams in different ways. Let's see the first one. Why we have quick beam? Why we have big and small robot combination? You can see the large robot is doing the picking job. If it wants to get the tote on the back side, it can take the tote first and put it on the backpack. Then walk upstairs again to take the tote. So usually for each tote, picking speed is 3.2 seconds. We have different version can do 2.8 seconds, much quicker. Once the robot take the tote, it will not deliver to the workstation, but put on the bottom of the temperature holder. Then small robot will pick the tote and deliver to the workstation. This logic comes from the system efficiency. But we mentioned this. Big robot is much more expensive than the small robot. So we keep the small robot to do the low value work, just moving. It doesn't do the other thing, just moving. But for the big robot can do top and down operation, just let it stay in the aisle. Then it can keep doing this kind of job. So for this, with this combination, it can increase the system efficiency. So remember that's C55, C56 big one, M5 the small one. And we can handle the standard dimension of the tote, that's 600 times 400 times 300 millimeter. Within this range, we can handle all of them. Can be longer, can be shorter, but within this range. Most of the tote will be plastic. Certainly, we can also handle the paper box. But one concern is, robot, we can do it, but you have to think about the material of your paper box. When it takes too many times, so it will be destroyed, and it will cause some troubles for the robot to keep doing it. Okay, there's another hybrid one we can show you. Oh, sorry. What's wrong? Can we play this video?
เล่นให้ไหนครับกดเล่นเพลย์กดให้หน่อย
Is it a video? Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, thank you. So that's what we said. It's a hybrid solution, but different version. Now you can see it's not gripper version. It's like a Vulcan suction version. It's more advanced, higher efficiency because you don't need to keep the spaces between two totes. It always picks the tote on the front side. Okay, with this, the efficiency, the storage density increased 20% comparing with the first version. That's how the work doing its job. And for the outbound, you can also use the telescopic robot to do it. That means it's a kind of mixture. You can select different types to design your solution or workflow, just like Lego, just like Lego blocks. Okay. It can also access the conveyor directly. So our job is try to give you more options we can. Then you mix it. Oh, by the way, this is when we move the bottom layers, so you can also put the shelves downstairs. Yeah. If you have interest of this animation or the slide, I will ask the digital focus team to contact you and share you this. Then you can publish it internally to your team to inspire them, give them some more imagination. Okay. So why we have the hybrid scenarios? Because we merged the Quickbing and the G2P together to increase the throughput and the flexible storage. Why we always mention flexible storage? That's one topic we want to go through, progressive automation. That's the most exciting part. I like it very much. What does it mean, progressive? Today, everybody is talking about Industry 4.0. But if your warehouse still keep manual, is it 4.0? Maybe it's only 2.0, right? So how can I jump to the 4.0 with one step? And when you look at the video I show you, the 8,500 square meters project, this customer, they invest a lot in the first stage. Then they will keep on their investment because they also have their second stage projects. But for your company, you have this huge budget to do it. So we need to think about progressive automation due to three reasons. One reason, from human work to the automation work, everything changed. The way you collect the data, the way you work with the robots, it changed a lot. Today, if you give me your manual data as an example, let me to do the analysis. When I do it, I can give you suggestion, automation or not. But I cannot say, hey, we just use this data to do the job because it's the manual data. Robot can be quicker, robot can be reliable, lower error rate, but sometimes the robot is not that flexible. So when we launch the robot project in a warehouse, we try to help you to reduce your financial risks. We can do it step by step. I have an 8,000 square meter warehouse, but I start from first 1,000 square meters. Then I can copy it. Then I can make it better because I merge different solutions in one single map. And what's more, if in the future I change my business mode, now I handle everything with the small containers, but in the future I also have middle containers, larger containers, we can also fit it. For this, we designed the program for you. So it's not like a fixed program, it can be changed. We call it 1,200 square meter program. So we believe for 1,200 square meters, for most of the warehouse, it's quite suitable. It's a very easy and a safe start. But if you ask me 300 square meter, 600 square meter, we can also do. But I just give this as a reference to give you some data. You can copy it one by one with G2P. You can copy it with, the Quickbing, and now you copy it with G2P. Then you can also merge it in the future, the hybrid one. Why we design 1,200 square meters? Because we have some calculation on that. That's a hybrid one to tell you, you can put a lot of shelves under the racking system. Okay? So in this system, let's talk about what's in this system. The system including a racking system or the shelf system, including the big robots, small robots, or the large robots. Okay? It's including the container, the tote, pallet, shelf, and also the charger. Your robots need charging station, so we will place an area to do the charging. Usually a robot can run constantly running for 6 or 8 hours, but we will manage this robot and to let them can charge one by one. okay, according to your business mode.
น้อง
We also need
น้อง
area
ไม่
to
น้
do
อง
the
เมื่อ
maintenance.
กี้น้องผู้ชายเขาบอกพี่อะ
So let's
People
calculate
try using-
the numbers for the quick beam. First number, I hope everybody can remember. If your existing throughput
ผู้ชายคนที่ใส่
is
สูทอะทีมเรา
4,000 order lines per 8 hours. Within 8 hours, you can handle 4,000 order lines. Then you can consider the automation. No matter quick beam, G2P, it's very
ไม่ต้องปรับ
suitable.
กันละ
But if your order lines is below 2,000 order lines per 8 hours, forget it. Keep manual work. I mean, in 1,200 square meter, within this condition, under this condition, talk about the data, then you can calculate, am I suitable for the automation right now? Okay? Then for the quick beam, to cover this area, to achieve the throughput, you need 48 small robots and 12 big robots. And you need 2 outbound workstation and 1 inbound workstation and 1 spared one. So you can handle 24,000 tons. So this number I think is very useful. And secondly, when we talk about G2P, you can see that G2P, you need 40 units of the large one, and it handled the how can I say, the shelf only. Then 3 outbound workstation, 1 inbound workstation, and the capacity is 300 racks times 20, that's 6,000. And for the inbound and outbound, there's some comparison. You can see the difference. No doubt, for the quick beam, the efficiency is higher than the G2P, but the budget is also higher. So it's very equal, very fair, okay? But if you do the mixed one, so for each workstation, every single hour, it can achieve 200 to 250 tons. Let's see the program, how it looks like. Can you please play the video? Yes, thank you.
กดแล้ว
So we are working with digital focus. So in Thailand, we will also have our own programming system. When we have it, the demonstration system. So when we have it, we will work with 1 or 2 customers to deploy it in their warehouse as a demo, as a POC project. No doubt we will also give very, very good price to them because they are the first witness. Okay, we want to support them a lot. In this program, the customer, they will get 2 telescopic robots and 5 moving robots. All the racks, all the tops, including the working station, same as the real one we just showed you, the charger station in one map. So with this, you can start your automation with a very small risks and a small budget. So that's the purpose, how we work with the local customers. Everybody wants to show that they have good technologies, they have good products, they have good working attitudes. But for customers, you have a lot of pressure. You need to show your top management. You need to show your business owner that my investment is successful and brilliant. So that's one idea from Quicktron and the digital focus. I hope maybe with this way, we can give you a quick start. You are not the first one. Just today morning, I wake up 4 a.m.
ไม่งั้น
because we have a partner in Australia. Today they have their demo center open day. I have very close relationship with them. They are very brave to invest a lot for the training center. I asked them why. Are you rich enough? So please tell me why you want to pay for it. They have 3 customers at the potential projects. So they invested for their customers, not for us. Because their team need to learn how to do it. They also invite their customer to visit this demo center and to learn from it. You can see that the team is working with our team to learn the total
เซลล์ไป
solution.
คุยกับพี่ด้วยคนหนึ่ง
And they
เซล
also
ล์ดิจิตอล
deploy
ของการจับ
this.
สายจับแช
So
มป์
today morning we have 3-hour, 4-hour time difference. I wake up to ensure that they running everything successfully. So that's a good example. Okay.
ได้
And no doubt, today I can only speak English. The only Thai language I know is Sawadika. Yeah. So, but we have the local team to support. We have digital focus. So we understand it's a long-term project. I'm just kidding. Selling robots is so difficult. Before that, I sell robot arms. It's like product business. You just sell the workstation. You sell the application. But now it's a project. Usually it takes at least 6 to 9 months to plan the solution, plan the budget. So today is in Q1, and I guess some of them you just have the idea. I hope if you have interest on this, you need to plan the budget from now on. Then that means if you can plan the budget in the second half of the year or next year, you can start this. So it's a very long-term business, but I appreciate that you have your patience. Okay. So I will hand it over to my colleague.
สวัสดีครับ
Yeah, okay. So you can be a little bit relaxed because he speaks Thai language.
Sorry.
Thank you very much for your listening. Thank you.